I'd say mindset is the most important thing. You know, your brain can tell you a lot of things. You can have self-doubt. There may still be moments where I have self-doubt in the morning, and just being okay with your thoughts, because everyone has thoughts, but just being okay with, oh, that's just a thought that comes into your head, and you kind of can trick your brain into believing different things. And I think, just working on my mindset and just making sure going into the game, I've got everything off my chest. I speak to a life coach who's definitely, since I've been working with him, he's definitely helped me. And I think the mind is probably the most powerful thing, because people they train every day physically in the gym, but it takes a lot to change your mindset.
So when did that relationship begin with the life coach?
It was pretty much actually just before the boss come in.
What, at Villa? At
Villa, yeah. Okay. So before Emery came in, I tried to use him before, and then I thought, this guy's kind of, I was just like, no. I had, I think, a couple good games, and I was like, I don't really need to use him anymore. Whereas I've learned that, it's consistency. And like I said, being consistent every day, no matter if you have a good day or a bad day. If I haven't scored, or if I've scored 3 goals, I'll still speak to him. I still speak to him before a game and after games to make sure I debrief on everything, and then I can move on to the next game. And since he's came in, it's helped me a lot.
So if someone was to have watched you when you were playing at Brentford before you started this relationship, and then watch you now at Villa thriving, that the relationship is active, what would be the big difference they'd see between the Ollie then and the Ollie today?
I think physically, they would probably say I look a lot more powerful. Because when I first joined Brentford, I wasn't too familiar with going to the gym. And, I used to go to the gym, but I used to do beach weights, as I'd say. Whereas now I'd do performance-specific weights in the gym, mostly every day, working on little things to improve on. And then I think they would think I'm more focused, aggressive, but more aggressive, not as in bullying people, but, if that's the runs I'm making or when I'm with the ball, just being more direct and positive. So, I would say probably a more mature and grown up.
And will you now call him even if you feel great and you've got no issues and life's fine and you're about to play a game, you'll still pick up the phone?
Yeah, I will actually. Before I'd be like, I don't need to call him, but sometimes I just call him for a chat and just to check in, and sometimes pick his brains on things. Because it's just nice to improve. And I never feel like I want to reach out just when I need something. I'm not that sort of person. So I speak to him quite often, I would say. I feel like it's the best investment I've made. One of the best investments I've made, investing into myself, investing into my mindset, definitely made me become a better player.
And has he said anything to you that's made you think, oh my goodness, like that makes such sense, but I didn't see it before? Almost kind of the best bit of advice or a little mantra he's given you that you think might be valuable for people to hear?
Yeah, he's very blunt, but he says to me, I remember I scored a hat-trick after Brighton, and he said, like, well done, but it doesn't mean anything. And he's right, it doesn't, because I've still got the next game to perform in. So if I'm just sat there celebrating, going, get the beers out.
I'm the man.
But it doesn't mean anything, because I've got another game on Tuesday. So as good as I've done, you need to move on to the next. But also when I've had a bad game, but that doesn't mean anything. He says, you've got the next game to put it right.
I mean, there's plenty of research on this that they've done it with kids, that before an exam, if you're nervous, just sit and just scribble for 5 minutes and write down everything that's going on in your head and then throw it away. And it almost exhausts that negative chatter and just lets you focus. So it sounds like there's a similar technique going on there.
Yeah, if only I knew that about my exams, I may have got some GCSEs. But for me, it's personally getting everything off my chest, and then I feel like I'm clear. I know what I need to do when I go onto the pitch, and then it's kind of, you're in the zone, then you can leave everything behind. And because I think that's important, I feel like as a man, you hold on to things, or personally I do, I hold on to things, let them bottle up and then kind of explode. Whereas if something's annoying you, it's good to just get it off your chest.
You know, Huel has been a staple of my diet for some time, and I'm currently loving these Huel Daily A to Z vitamins. Tastes great, refreshing. Each can has 26 vitamins and minerals, offering 154 science-backed health benefits. Reduced tiredness and fatigue, normal cognitive function, healthy skin, hair and nails, and vitamin D for immunity. This is a vitamin drink that offers everything you could need it to. So what are you waiting for? Grab it right now in Tesco stores nationwide or at Huel.com and let me know what you think.
And how much has it helped your mindset in the game? Because I can't remember the game because I'm useless at remembering these things, but I remember seeing you, it was either a ball across the box and you totally missed it or you connected with it but badly. And literally 30 seconds later, you're scoring a goal. And I wonder whether he's been instrumental in you realising that that mistake is that moment. It doesn't mean the rest of the game is going to go the same way.
Yeah, exactly. I think for a start, you've got to be there to miss it. You know, I'd rather miss a chance than not have any chances the whole game. So always trying to look at it in a positive way. And then I just try, if I've missed, I try and, it's kind of like laugh or cry. So I try and look up and smile and be like, yeah, kind of play it off really. Obviously deep down, I wish I had scored or taken that opportunity. But yeah, I never look at it as like a miss. I just say it as it's an opportunity. I haven't taken that opportunity, not I've missed, if you know what I mean.
It's really interesting. When we spoke to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he said there's no such thing as a good save. It's only a bad miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Don't think like that, by the way. There is such a thing as a good save, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the keepers wouldn't be agreeing with that,
but again, there's an echo in that idea of learning to laugh. When we spoke to the British tennis star Johanna Konta, she worked with a psychologist who identified that whenever she made a mistake, she'd immediately start beating herself up. I should have done better. I have to do well on this. This, you know, like this can't be happening. And he identified that was making the pain of what she'd just experienced so much deeper, and she wasn't able to move on from it. And she wrote the word smile on the handle of a tennis racket to remind her that just smile if you miss a shot. What does it do for you, like learning to laugh or smile when you miss a chance?
Yeah, I think it's a coping mechanism really. And even when I'm doing finishing in training, sometimes I'll be annoyed that I haven't scored a certain chance, and then I realise, I think, like, did you actually think you're going to score every shot that you take? There's no such thing as perfection. I was a little bit of a perfectionist before, and that's something I've come to terms with. You know, saying little things like that. I'm not going to score every shot I take in training. So, as much as I would love to, it's just not going to happen.
Because, like, you're talking to us as someone who is a brilliant Premier League footballer, right? So you've almost earned the right to have a bit of freedom now. I think if you roll back a few years, I think that perfection is probably the reason why you're sitting here today, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Putting pressure on myself was one of the best things I did. It did hinder my performance, but I feel like it's got me where I am today. I put pressure on myself, but not as much as I used to. And I feel like I kind of was happy, or I was happy to just be here and that nice guy. But now I feel like, I would never sit here before and say I deserve to be where I am today. But now I can openly say that with confidence.